What's happening, everyone? West Ham fan TV, Dan Lawless here. Another edition of Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match fallout show on the internet. We have not just come back from London Stadium. I hate when Leeds says that. Leeds? Nicky says that. When Nicky says that virtually or not. Like, listen, we watched it on the telly, Nicky. We watched it on the telly. I'm joined by Graham and Scott.
Where was the intro?
That was the intro. That was the intro.
I'm forever blowing bubbles.
Oh,
the graphic one.
Oh, forever blowing. Just imagine it. Imagine it. You know how it goes. You know how it goes.
Because I was picking my nose or something, waiting for it to come on.
Oh, is that what you didn't think we'd go like right into it?
Yeah, I'm thinking, we'll have a few seconds, like, you know.
Throw you
straight in a stupid face. Well, no more stupid than normal, anyway.
Graham is back with that award-winning hairstyle that he has got. People loved it on Friday Night Pint. If you didn't see it, there it is. People are loving it. We have just watched West Ham beat Leeds 2-0. Scott, you know what to do. Take us through the starting lineup, mate.
Yeah, welcome return for Fabianski in goal. Kufal right back, Criswell left back, Diop and Dawson in the middle. Rice and Souček 2 centre midfields. An attacking 4 with Lingard, Fornals and Ben Rama, and Antonio the furthest forward of them 4.
You know what? When I saw that, I was really happy with that lineup. I thought that's the best lineup we could have possibly put out. I was buzzing from that.
So it was a very, I was confident, like, especially with the attacking 4. But I thought it was a very slow start from us tonight.
Yeah. Do you know what? We usually start slow, but that I thought we was just really poor. Like on the ball, all of our touches weren't coming off. Everything we done was just really sloppy. Do you know what I mean? I just thought I was really worried.
It was all one-way traffic first 20 minutes.
Yeah, because anytime we tried to get on the ball, we just scuffed it, you know. And
we didn't come out of the dressing room, did we? Let's be honest. We kicked off, and then that was it. We kicked off and then switched off, and we're lucky. You know, we're very, very lucky. You know, you go back a couple of years before VAR. We're 2-0 down inside the space of 10 minutes.
You say that though, but the Lino flagged for the first one.
Yeah, that's true, and he flagged for the second
one. But having seen how close it was on VAR, that Lino's got great eyesight.
Yeah, you know what? Look, this is a big topic of controversy. Leeds fans are fuming. Look, I can't really blame them for fuming. But when you look at it, under the rules that have been brought in and based on other decisions, that is offside. And it's more offside than a lot of goals. Like, that's more offside than when Bamford was given the offside for pointing. Like, it's not his hand, it's his knee. You can score with your knee. It's really annoying that we have to draw these lines, but it's still offside.
Yeah, exactly. You can feel their pain for being done by that one, but as I said, it's still offside. And as Graham said, the linesman did flag it, so you know it's not. There was no clear and obvious mistake at all in that one. The linesman flagged for offside, and it was offside. They can't really complain that much, if I'm honest. Like you said, you've seen other goals disallowed where you can complain. They can't complain about that one. Go on.
No, I was going to say, like, look, we're this far into the season. It's happened a lot. You shouldn't be surprised when these things come out and the lines come out. Like, you should know by now.
Yep,
exactly. That's part of they should change it. I agree. I think they're looking into it potentially, but right now that is the right call, as much as none of us like to see it. But I thought that should have been a big wake-up call, and we still didn't wake up. We had a few of them.
A couple of minutes later, we're picking it out the back of the net again.
Yeah, again, right call.
It was the right call. I mean, when I see it in
real time,
full speed, I was like, or was it just in? Did he just get there? But then when you see it slowed right down, it was just out of play.
See, for me, the second one, I knew it was out. You could tell straight away. You could tell that was off the pitch. The
first one, just thinking, is it going to be like a millimetre of the ball touching the line there?
No, it was way over. You could see it.
Yeah.
Again,
when it slowed down, Scott, you're younger than me. You've got better eyes than me.
Again, another fantastic call by the linesman, but it's just, there's going to be time. We can't afford to start like this. Yeah, we got caught out. Excuse me, we got caught out against Spurs. We got away with it today. We got away with it today massively with inside that first 10 minutes. And even then, after that second one was disallowed, you thought that would kickstart us, that would get us going, but we just seem so. I don't know whether it's a bit of fatigue from the City game or not.
Maybe that was a real
fair as well. I think Leeds have got to take the credit as well for. They didn't let us settle. They pressed us high.
That's what they do. That's what they do, Leeds, isn't it? That's what they're about. And this is what I said on the preview with KG, and I done one on one Leeds fan TV where they're just frustrating to watch because they have all this possession. They have all these chances, create all these chances, but they just don't stick it in the back of the net. And that is the big frustration with Leeds. It weren't frustrating me today. We was frustrating me today, but you can see as a Leeds fan, just stick it in the back of the net. And I was like, I was like, when we obviously we talk about a bit about the goal, but when we did score and get the penalty, I was like, how are we 1-0 up in this game? Because
that's the thing though, Dan. When you're in football, when you're on top as a team, you've got to score the chances, and barring the two that were disallowed, they didn't have really anything else clear cut in that spell when they were on top. And then when we finally did get going, we absolutely bossed the first half.
Yeah, we really about that first 20 minutes or so, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They couldn't handle the movement between Lingard and Benrahma. Fornell's working hard. Antonio causing problems. They just could not hack it whatsoever. And it was just soak up the pressure. And that's the one thing I liked what we did. Leeds were on top in that opening 10. We were all over the place. And then Moyes said to him, settle down, calm down. We got our structure, got into our shape, got our position, and then built from that. And then we grew into the game and got better and better as the game went on.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to put out, obviously, this is, we don't really read out comments on this one because it's the interactive shows at the Friday Night Pint and the watch-alongs. But I thought I would just say thank you to Miscellaneous for that. But yeah, no, that's it. But if you want to donate anything, don't save your monies. But yeah, like I said, but we do go back and we do read the comments and all of that. But if you do want to reply off us, after the video's done, when it's back up, just put something in the comment section under the video and we'll reply to you there if you do want to reply. But yeah, I mean, like you said, we were starting to move the ball well, didn't we? And we started to grow into the game. And then we get that penalty, and it was one of them, wasn't it? It was just inside the area, just on the edge on the inside of the area. And yeah, clear penalty. And I mean, look, I have to say this, right, before we get into the goal, we saw Mike Dean was the ref today. And we all was crapping ourselves, right? We was all worried. We was all nervous because, like, what is he going to do? But by Mike Dean's standards, he had a decent game today. By Mike Dean's standards.
I thought he had a pretty good game tonight.
That's what I was trying to say. Well, that's it, because the Leeds fans on one of the other Leeds channels was like talking about, it's West Ham and Mike Dean is a 12th man. Mike Dean is helping him out. And I'm like, what did he really get wrong? Like, is there anything you can point at where he's like,
the only thing he got wrong is when he booked was it Phillips? No, not Phillips. Might have been one of the bookings. He got a Leeds player, he booked him and the player took the ball. That's
you talking about that one? I don't know, when he put the studs up.
It was a little bit higher, wasn't it?
Yeah, when they both had a high foot, he took the ball first. That's the only thing I can say Dean got wrong. Listen, we sit there and slag referees off when they get things wrong and it goes against us, as we did with Dean, with his decision to send Souček off against Fulham. But to his credit, he refereed that game well today, and even VAR was spot on tonight. There was no controversy, and that's what you want to see. VAR did its job; it reviewed things really quickly, and Dean got them spot on as well as the linesman.
That should just be a given, though, isn't it? The fact that we're like so grateful that that's happened, and we're just like, oh, that's brilliant. It just shows you. But I haven't changed. It doesn't change my opinion on Mike Dean, but I just have to call it like I see it, and I just can't think of a big decision. Like you said, that one where he gives the yellow card, but even that one from his position where you're going flying in with your foot up at the time, in real time, you could probably see that why he might have given that, even though it could have been probably the wrong decision. But it's nothing like glaring where you're like, I can't believe Mike Dean did that, or it's the Mike Dean show, or the Mike Dean show was cancelled.
Sean Dyche there. Dan? You sound like you're
My
breaking
show.
your Sean Dyche.
Sorry, man. That's my
That's the
show.
thing, and that's what you want to see. You don't want to be seeing the game overshadowed with poor refereeing decisions or poor VAR decisions. As I said, everything tonight was spot on. As much as the Leeds fans hate it, and as much as if we were in their position, we'd hate it. It was correct. Both decisions at the start were bang on.
We're talking about decisions, actually. Someone did ask about the handball, but here's the thing. On that handball, if you remember, this is a bit later, but we could talk as we're talking about decisions. You know, we obviously shot the ball. It hits his leg and bounces up on his arm. Now, as we know, the handball rule is different for defending players and attacking players. If that would have been one of our players and it hit his arm and then we went to score, that would have been ruled out. But as a defending player, you know, that's not handball. And I think even under any rule, I would feel really aggrieved at getting handball from that because it sort of deflected up and his arm still at his side.
When you look, there was 2 handballs in that situation. When you look at the first one, the shot was at him. It ricochets off his knee, hits his arm. His arm's by his body. He hasn't got his arm outstretched to control the ball, so it's definitely not an handball. The second one, Rice fires a shot in. His arm's out, but it's not out in a way that he's trying to deflect the ball. It's just in a position that your arm would normally be.
No, do you know what one annoyed me though? Do you know what one annoyed me? It was the one in the middle of the pitch, and I can't remember who it was. But basically, it was very similar to the Sofal one against Man City. So his arm's out, it kicks, but it hits his arm, but he doesn't give it. And then later on, he goes and gives a foul against us. Do you remember that one? I can't remember who the players were involved in that, but it basically hits the player's arm. He doesn't give it. Then they're on the run, and then I think Souček puts in a tackle or something. Then it's a free kick against us. And in that decision, I thought, you know, I felt a bit aggrieved because, like we said, so foul, and which led to the Man City scoring. You know, but it's
that's the thing, though, mate. You've seen other games where other teams have been awarded penalties and free kicks, especially the second one with I think it was Phillips where he had his arm out slightly. You know, you've seen other teams get a penalty for that, and that again comes with the inconsistency of the referees and VAR. But for me, I think if we had got awarded a penalty for that, I think Leeds fans would have been. They were at boiling point anyway after the first 10 minutes.
Oh,
over the top.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
on the penalty.
No, yeah,
back to
we were talking about decisions. We don't skip over that, Greg. Relax. I know you're excited because we won. Relax.
I want to talk about the goal. I was really. It was obviously another penalty, with second penalty that Lingard has won for us. I was surprised when I see him stepping up to take it because he wanted to take the last one.
Moyes weren't happy.
No,
he wasn't happy.
Declan Rice gave it to him.
He said Rice is supposed to take him.
Not being funny.
He wasn't very happy.
Not being funny, that penalty, you can understand why Moyes wasn't happy. It was absolutely awful.
It was.
You know,
that will probably be the last one he takes.
It was so predictable where he was going as well. He made it so easy for the keeper, and to be honest, I think it's poor goalkeeping. Poor goalkeeping.
Yeah, that is. He puts it. He hits it, but he puts it back into danger. He don't try and at least palm it off to the side, straight back out. And fair play to Lingard. He's straight in there to tap it in again. And I said to Nicky, I wonder if he's done that so he gets another open play goal. We didn't want to score a penalty goal. They thought, let me just go that way and bang it back in. So another goal.
He was alert to it, and it was a good finish as well. You know, where the keeper was, put it in the opposite corner. So credit to him for finishing the job. But he
was fortunate there. Yeah, like I said, he was fortunate. But like I said, the end result is ball was in the back of the net, 1-0 West Ham. That was the main thing. And that's the point where I was like, what is going on here? And then that's where we started to really pick up momentum.
I think
that was the turning point.
I think Ben Rahman looked really lively tonight, I thought.
Yeah, Ben Rahman did. I think his final ball sometimes.
The goal will come. You can tell he's desperate to score, but it will come for him. But he was really good tonight. He was direct. Caused their backline a few problems. He was prepared to take players on. I thought a lot of the good stuff come from him.
Yeah, and a lot of our counter attacks started from Ben Rama, in winning the ball back, in our half and driving forward. It was just sometimes that final ball was, but you can tell he really wanted to score, and it just weren't happening. He was trying his hardest, and it was fucking over and wide, or just a little bit there.
That's the good thing with Ben Rama and Lingard is their link-up play. We said before in other games where you've seen a link-up play between, I think it was a Sheffield United game where you had Lanzini and Lingard linking up the way they were. You've seen Lingard link up well with Antonio as well. But I just thought Ben Rama one, especially is that his first start alongside Lingard as well. The link-up play between the two of them, the movement between the two of them, they were looking to find each other. They were looking to support each other. And,
didn't he start against Aston Villa, Ben Rama? Because I remember seeing him and Lingard and Antonio linking up really well in that game. He might have came off the bench, but
it might be Villa actually. Yeah, I think he did start.
Yeah, but you can see, they've got an understanding of each other, and that is what we were saying on Friday Night Pint when we were saying what we go for, looking ahead to this game is that I think I said that I'd go for Bowen, Lingard, and Ben Rama, but you could see the link up there, and it's good to have. It's going to be interesting to see now with United game up next what we do with no Lingard.
Yes,
who he brings in. I'm guessing it's going to be Bowen, Fornals, and Ben Rama, but we've seen before, Ben Rama miss out in certain games, so that'd be interesting to see what.
And then what would he do? Lanzini instead of Ben Rama? I would rather just.
May go to 5 at the back.
May go to 5. Yeah, it's true. May go to 5, and that one. But
in Moyes, we trust.
Yeah, like I said, I was well happy with the lineup, and like I said, we really grew into the game, and I mean the second goal, unbelievable! What a ball in, and Dawson. What a header! It's like he headed it and then went straight into his celebration as he headed it.
Yeah, he slid off.
But he came in like a rocket and just banged it straight in, and they deservedly man of the match player today.
They bullied them set pieces wise. We saw in the last game when we beat them, we scored from a set piece. And tonight they just could not handle him. And if you're, Leeds fans got the arsehole with the ref. They want to have the arsehole with their defenders. They didn't even put up a fight at a set piece. It was so easy. It was so easy. The delivery was pinpoint. And Dawson just Dawson and Souček. You see, the one thing you got to give Souček a lot of credit for now. When you watch that goal back, look how he blocks off the two defenders that are marking him and Dawson just powers through everybody and puts it in the back of the net. Classic centre half goal, that one from a set piece.
Steaming in at the back post.
That's it. I mean, he's been such a good signing. It's another goal from him, and has not dropped a bad game. And I think that was possibly one of his best games in a West Ham shirt, if not his best game. He deserved to get man of the match because he made some brilliant tackles, and headers and that defensively. Really, saved our ass in several moments there, especially that clearance off the line as well. Jeez.
They're setting it,
You see that unbelievable clearance. How his reaction to that, and his reflexes were so quick to be able to get that out. I honestly, I nearly had a heart attack.
When you think you nearly had a second one, then they
after it,
and again just ploughed through everyone to get there.
And
we had off the post.
That's what I'm saying. That's just where the fact that they just could not handle us at set pieces. There was no aggression in their defending from set pieces. It was all the aggression was from us. And again, we were so unlucky there. We had a couple more corners where the delivery weren't as good. Let's be honest. Even though we could have easily found ourselves 2-0 down. Inside that first 10 minutes, we could have been easily 3 or 4-0 up at half time. That was that sort of the second half of the first half, if you get what I mean, was some of the best we've played this season.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think I completely forgot what I was going to say now, but we hit the post a few times. It weren't just that we did it for the post a few times. Yeah, that's it. And we had a few other times we came close, and so it was one of those. And I was thinking, look, I said, I want us to start the second half the way we ended the first, and I just think exactly. And I think we did to an extent, but I think you could see Antonio was starting to tire.
Yeah.
And sometimes I wonder why, we're all calling, just take Antonio off, he's tired. But Moyes leaves him on. And I wonder if that's him trying to just get his fitness up and trying to get him used to playing 90 minutes and having him push through it. Because you can see he starts to look really leggy, doesn't he, as the time ticks on. So
I started panicking a bit at the end because there was I think he went up for an header or something, and then he sort of went down after he landed, and he took a little while to get up. I feel like Dan says, I think he was just knackered, but I was worried there for a bit, how long it took him to get back up.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
and that's always a worry with Antonio, isn't it? We rely on him so heavily as being our only fit striker. That is a slight worry, especially again. You look at the bench tonight. 2 goalkeepers on the bench again. That's worrying. Just Odebeku as striking options realistically. I know we played Bowen up there before, but just the young lad. That is a slight worry, but the boy's done the job. But I was with you. I wanted to see the momentum carry on into that second half, and again, we just didn't seem to come out of the dressing room, did we? We just. It was another rabbit. Yeah, it was a rabbit in headlights moment for that first 10 minutes of that second half, and it didn't improve that much.
I'll be honest. I think for a large part of that second half, I mean, I was saying to you earlier on, Scott, how many times did they get down the line, cut back, and no one picked up the runner coming in from midfield? And luckily they either skied it over or skewed it wide. But how many times did they do that?
Mm-hmm.
There was a real problem, I think, with closing down today.
Times.
I said I think there was a real problem with closing players down and things like that, and backing off and giving them a bit of space.
Saves as well. There was deflected effort that he tipped over, the one that was straight at him, but he palmed it away. But
the one where we the overhead kick that come off of Diop's edge.
The deflected one, wasn't it?
Yeah. He took that onto the bar.
Fabianski was so important. He was the big player that I was looking for and hoping that he would be fit for this game, because I knew that whatever goalkeeper would be in goal for us would face a lot of shots. And when I saw he was fit, it made me feel so much better. And he had such a good game. And yet some of the shots did go towards him, but some of them were so quick, and he, like they weren't dead in his hands, and they were just a bit up. And you think if his reflexes weren't spot on, you could still see it beating him. And he had some good saves, and he helped us win the game. He's been like the Fabianski of old this season.
Well, considering he only come back to training yesterday, or he hasn't trained since injury, something like that. Like you said, a half fit Fabianski may not have got to a couple of them. But I said it's good to have him back in goal. I'm not saying that Randolph might have done exactly the same thing if he was going in goal, or Martin may have done, but it was a big boost to have Fabianski back in goal today. And he deserved his clean sheet. I don't think he personally put a foot wrong.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Absolutely. Well, nothing. I said I think he had a really good game. I think people will sort of, and some Leeds fans will make excuses of like, oh, they were the better team and they battered us or other players. But Leeds do that a lot, and they've done that a lot this season, where they've just been on top. They've created so much. They've put teams under pressure and don't finish it. And the fact that we've come out with the 2 points, 2 goals and 3 points, it shows. It's they say it's the sign of a good team, isn't it? That you can still.
We won ugly. We won ugly.
That's the thing.
Which is the sign of a good team.
Yeah, and that is exactly it. Sometimes you can play your best football and get beat. And they played some good stuff today. They got us, especially in the second half. But you can't afford to finish the way they were finishing. That the chance that Bamford put over the bar from 8 yards out, 6 yards out, something like that. That's inexcusable. Some of them chances they missed tonight. And the other one, I think it was early in the second half where they've played him through, and he's got Dawson's played him on side. He's got the other side of Diop, and he smashes it wide. You sit there and think, we're riding our luck again. And it was good. But then when you look at the other end, 4-0, we have a corner, it comes out to him. God, he caught it perfectly. And
how far out do you reckon that was? About 28, 29 yards?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
49,
goes in. That's one of the goals of the season for us this season.
Yeah.
It would have been beautiful, but yeah, it just hit the woodwork. But I tell you what, the stats, just looking at the stats, they're kind of surprising. I mean, the possession isn't really surprising. We had 35 to their 65%, but we had 16 shots, they had 17. They had 2 shots on target, we had 5. Equal corners, equal fouls. So really surprised we had more shots on target, but it feels like Fabianski had to make more than 2 saves. Unless there was some points where he just came out and retrieved it, or came out and did something, then it don't count as a shot on target or something like that.
Yeah, but it could be like a little P roller back to him and it counts as a shot, doesn't it? So
the thing is, so they had 2 shots on target, Dan. Is that what you're saying?
According
there's the one tipped over, the overhead kick. There was the one, the pole driver straight at him and he pushed it away.
So what was
two main ones?
That's at least 3.
Yeah, that's
that one off the line, didn't they?
Yeah. So
I think the stats are a little bit.
Yeah, but
a little bit wrong for Leeds. But I mean, only by 1 that we can think.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. But we've had a few shots, so the shots, fairly equal. We've both had a go at goal. Mm-hmm. They've just had a little bit. They've had a bit more of the ball. Well, I say a bit. They've had quite a bit more of the ball.
But a lot of the games this season that we've got results in, we've given the opposition a lot of the ball. Yeah, we let them have too many chances tonight, even though the stats say they didn't get that many on target. We can't afford to let teams have that many chances. But you saw the effort that got put in against the City game, against the bigger teams, the so-called bigger teams. And we didn't put half that effort in and got a better result today. So that's what you want to see. As we said earlier, sometimes you've got to win ugly. Sometimes you don't play your best and you get the result that maybe you don't deserve. We rode our luck a lot today, a hell of a lot. But as I've said before, sometimes you have to make your own luck, and that seems to be what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And when that 3 points come, it's a big relief. And now, we're 5th in the league with a game in hand on Chelsea and Leicester. So all the teams below us that have been, rubbing their games in hand in our faces, now I don't know how we got a game in hand, because it seemed like we had played more games than everyone. Now all of a sudden we've got the game in hand. Well,
that's a strange thing with Chelsea. Chelsea played the other night, and then they've played again tonight. It's a strange. I don't know what that's to do with the European competitions, because it seems to be that a lot of teams that played last week midweek, are in Europe over the next couple of weeks. So maybe it could be that, and that's why they've moved the games forward instead of putting them behind.
Yeah,
because
we need to finish the season in time, so there's enough of a break between the Euros, don't we? So
exactly. And that's the thing. It's like me and Graham were saying when we was chatting earlier. Just take it one game at a time. We're being overlooked every time. The media are overlooking us. They don't think we've got a chance. Other managers are sitting there saying, "Oh yeah, West Ham will finish where they deserve to finish. We'll finish above them," stuff like that. Let them keep thinking like that. Let's keep finding out results. Let's keep turning these teams over, because our run of our last 5 games, we've got some tough games coming up. We've got United next, and we've got Arsenal soon. I don't think it's not too long before we play
Chelsea soon as well.
We've got some of the tough teams coming up, but beat these teams, beat the Leeds, beat the West Broms, beat the Burnleys, beat the Villas, teams like that. Beat the teams that are below you. It gives you a little bit of advantage going into the games against these so-called big sides, where if you nick a result, it puts more pressure on them.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a bonus, the result becomes a bonus and not the be all and end all must win this game. And like I said, we're in a situation where, we can do, like you said, take a game at a time. But as fans, like I said, we just got to enjoy the ride. And, we're like you said, people are overlooking us, but we're in this race. We're fully in this top 4 race, and we've been leading it. We've got that game in hand. So it's in our hands. And I think that this team deserve to be playing European football next season. I think it's crucial to be keeping some of our good players like Declan. You can tell Declan Rice he's so hungry to play European football, and I just want him to get that with West Ham. I think that's really key. And I think Man United, we owe them one. We owe them. a
Yeah,
beating.
look. Well, we said earlier in the season when they beat us 3-1, they didn't deserve that. We should have walked off that pitch at half time at least 4-0 up. The first goal we know should have been ruled out, and even the cup game. We didn't have the best first half, but second half we improved, and they nicked it in extra time, and Dawson could have nicked that one. So, we were well beat in that first game against them, but shouldn't have been. So, again. Right, they've just beaten City. They're going to be on a high from that, but they've got Europe to contend with as well. They're going to be having an eye on that. I think they've got Milan, haven't they? So they're going to have an eye on that game as well.
Yeah.
So,
and they tend to be a bit better away from home than they are at home. So they have got that big win. And like I said, they're all happy now. But what happens is they get a couple of wins, they're all happy, then they lose, and then it's Ollie out again and back to meltdown. So I'm hoping that
when they win again, Ollie's at the wheel.
He's back at the wheel. He's at the wheel. He's off the wheel. He's at the wheel. Like, what is it?
That's it. Look, this is the thing. Look, we lose to United. It ain't the end of the world. That's how we've got to look at it. Like I said, these are the games where you go into a game, you look at the form that we're in. They're in pretty good form as well. They're not a poor side this season. They're doing
second
well.
for a reason. Yeah,
exactly. And that's what it is. You just got to go into the game, focus on doing what you've got to do, focus on our own game. If we get a win in that one, so be it. If we lose that one, not the end of the world. We move on to the next one and make sure we make up for that in the next game. And to be fair, I can't remember realistically offhand when was the last time we lost 2 games on the spin. So this is the form we're in at the minute. We're the second best team, I think, in the league on form.
Yeah, behind Man City.
Yeah, let everyone worry about each other, and we'll just keep plodding along doing what we're doing.
We'll do our thing. Let them worry about theirs.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I said, near enough all these games, we turn up against these teams. It's just this season we've had a bit of trouble when it comes to finishing, and that has come back to bite us. And I'm just hoping that we can do it. Like Lingard will be a miss, but then it's an opportunity for other players to step up and
there's players there who need to up their game a little. Bowen, for me, is a player that's gone off the ball a lot lately. He needs to raise his game. He'll probably start against United with Lingard being out, so he's got to raise his game big time. He's got to show the form that he was showing back at the start of the season and the end of last season. He needs a kick up the backside. So hopefully this could be it. If he wants his place back, that's what he's going to have to do. Same as Lanzini.
What place to put it in? And at Old Trafford.
Exactly. That's it, mate. That's it.
Yeah.
It's time for some of these players who have not been showing up of late to show up and put a performance in.
No, absolutely. They start to contribute to this European race. You know what? I'm looking forward to the game. Anything can happen, and like I said, it was this game. I did expect us to just be a lot better tonight, but I'm just glad that we did it. People was doubting us. Some people still saw us as the underdogs and was like, "Oh, Leeds, it's Leeds. You got to watch out for them." And I mean,
this is not the Leeds from like the 90s and early 2000s.
This is the first time we've done the double over Leeds in the league since I'm sure they said the 60s.
Yeah, probably. I was going to say I don't ever remember us doing. Leeds have
beaten us in the Premier League more times than they've beaten anyone else.
Really? Bloody hell.
So that goes to show our
was it 99 Nigel Winterburn when we won up there 1-0?
Yep. Yeah.
It was 99. Remember he done the old diving header into the ground and it just looped up into the far corner, wasn't it? But
that's how long ago.
I think that might be before this season. I think that was the last time that we won there, wasn't it?
I think
tides are changing. Tides are changing. That's for sure. And that's it. Another game, another time where we can enjoy it. Like we didn't get the 3 points against Man City, but we was all happy with the performance. Today, we aren't so much happy with the performance, but we're happy to get the 3 points. So either way, we're happy hammers. We're just enjoying it. Can't wait for the Man United game. So I'm going to go off and. Recalled was it last orders he calls it, but Nicky for post-match Pint, he was like, right, I want to quickly he's doing the fan cams and we'll do last orders, right? So if before we wrap up, anything else to add, gents, that we've missed?
Noble's got another 1 year deal, hasn't he? Been given a 1 year deal.
I'm really happy with that. I
Yeah.
want him to stay at the club. I think he's the heart and soul of West Ham, and whatever capacity, I think he contributes a lot. Even if he's not on the pitch, he contributes a lot in that dressing room, and you know, all the players look up to him, they respect him, and you know what I mean, he's well loved in the club, and I think, you know, our morale and the togetherness of this team has been so good this season. I think he plays a big part in that. So yeah, he's got to end his career at West Ham. He has to.
To be honest, I still think even after he retires from playing, he's still going to be at the club in some capacity.
Yeah,
Yes, coach, or, you know, on the coaching staff, or I do think he will still be at the club even after he retires playing.
He has to be.
You know.
He has to be, and this cannot be his last season with no fans there, not having it at all. And like I said, I want us to get in top 4 and see Mark Noble leading us out at the Bernabeu, right, to that Champions League music. Even if we have to sub him straight back off, let's just give me that. Give me that.
Dan, it ain't bowling subs, it's ain't ice hockey.
Sacrifice. Just give me that Mark Noble again.
That's the thing, is as we said, you know, way back when we were talking about it before, you know, he deserves to have his grandstand finish.
Yes.
You know, and hopefully we can give him that on a special occasion.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, love him. So yeah, no, brilliant. But yeah, no. So Scott, I know you're probably on call or whatever.
No, I'm off, mate. That's why I was on the beer tonight. I'm off call today. First time for 2 weeks I've been out to have a proper beer. So
yeah,
been nice.
No, it's no, but no, like I said, always good to talk about a win. So, but yeah, thank you lads. I'll probably see you guys on Friday next. We're back for Friday night pint. Yeah, look out for all the
his Daesh coming out again. No, that's what I want to know, Dan. His Daesh coming out again.
You might see Sean Dyche. You might see a little bit of Dyche on there on Friday night.
Friday night, yeah. Instead of Friday night pint, it should be Friday night Daesh, and you should do Sean Dyche all through the video.
The wind might change, and I might be stuck like that. I might be stuck talking like Dyche if the wind changes. So yeah, but yeah, look out for fan cams. I don't know if Nicky's actually titled tomorrow. I'll have to do that. One of us will have to do it. Someone will have to do it. But look out for fan cams. Like I said, Patreon, we're doing last orders. If you're on the Patreon, you can go and check that out in a bit. Yeah, and then Nicky might have a Wednesday flipping musings thing.
He'll probably do. Will he do a morning after the game?
Morning, yeah. You never know. You might see something from Nicky. Just keep on your toes. You never know. But yeah, no, thank you guys so much for watching. Give us a like and a subscribe and all of that business. Enjoy another win. We're still in the European race. We're still in that top 4 race.